I'm here again with Marisela Arechiga from her beautiful construction company.
Yes. My company name is New Generation Home Improvements. We are general contractors right here in Los Angeles.
Yes.
If you need resources or ideas or to know a little bit more how if you lost a home in Altadena or in the Palisades, I'm doing my absolute best to share resources. You can find me at New Generation Improvements. That's my handle on Instagram. Reach out, say hello. I love community. I love connecting with people.
I know.
And I'm happy to be a resource.
Woohoo! I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you for that. I wanted to touch upon another subject.
Ooh.
Yeah. Because we're women of a different age.
Listen, I'm a woman of a certain age.
Yeah, we're women of a certain age.
Let me put my readers on.
Woo! Okay, so I really wanted to touch upon this concept of, as a woman, there's a certain point in your life where, as a young lady, you're going to get your menstruation. Mm-hmm. And that is quite a journey. Mm-hmm. And that's been so far removed from me right now.
I was all the way back in the 80s.
In the 80s. Now I'm 51 and we're in 2025. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, I can't believe I can say that. Mm-hmm. And there's another journey that takes place. Mm-hmm. No longer menstruation, but now we're in this other M. Oh my God. It's like men pause.
Yeah.
Pausing
on the men. Pausing.
I don't think we don't talk enough about this part of our lives.
We don't talk about menopause.
No, we don't. And for each woman is very different. Mm-hmm. I know that my journey and this second stage of my life has been, it came very early in my life, to be quite honest.
When did it start? When did you start getting
I was
signs?
Already 42 years old.
Wow.
Yes. So it came very, very early. So I think.
Did you even know what was going on?
Hell no. I had my baby at 38. So having hot flashes at 42, is that normal?
No, girl.
No, right?
No, that's not typical.
It's not, right?
It's not typical.
And so for a while I had the hot flashes and mind you, my menstruation period was like, I had blood baths. If you, I mean, I'm going to be graphic. I'm going to be graphic here.
Was that always at the end?
I've always had them.
Okay. Heavy.
Okay. Heavy. Yeah. Always. After I had my daughter, it started lessening up, thankfully. But still, then it got really heavy again, which is where you're in transition. Yeah. So I would get it and then I wouldn't get it. And then when I get it, it was a bloodbath. And so here I am at a very early age, not knowing what the heck is going on.
Yeah.
So going to my OBGYN back then, he had recommended to, I'll first use birth control, like get on the pill and all that.
Hormones.
Ugh. But that didn't work for me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, that just didn't work. Fine. And so then after that, well, he's like, we could do an ablation, and which means that I don't know if they kind of snap the fallopian tubes where the blood runs. So they snap it, so then you don't get a period. Okay. So that happened about around 45 years old. So since then, I haven't had a period, which has been amazing. Because I ain't going to have any more kids. Who fucking cares at this point, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, snap that thing, please. Thank you.
Yeah.
But, obviously, I mean, here I am 45 years old, so I'm going to get on hormones. And so I started bioidenticals.
Okay.
So.
Share, please. Okay. Share.
So.
Educate us, Jackie.
Yes. So bioidenticals. So there's been a lot of controversy on hormone replacement.
Why?
Again, these studies created by men said, getting on hormone replacement was causing cancer. So that's the message that was.
When did that happen?
I don't know specifically.
It was like the 60s, 70s.
The 60s, right? So, And so that's the message that was told to every woman. So every woman that I've actually had encountered, they're like, well, doesn't it cause cancer?
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, have you been on birth control and you don't think that causes cancer?
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Or
anyhow,
infertility.
but at the same time, I'm like, okay, listen. I actually I was surrounded by a friend of mine who actually was going to Dr. Prudence Hall. Dr. Prudence Hall is an endocrinologist.
Okay.
And she's the one that actually saw that, holy, you're in menopause. And she was like, yeah, you're young, but you're in menopause right now.
Wow.
And I'm like, oh my God, no
Yeah.
wonder. Do you have foggy brain? Yes.
Fatigue.
Fatigue? Yes.
Losing hair.
Yes. Are you depressed? Hell yes.
Irrational.
Like everything,
Yes.
everything
Yes.
under the sun. Yes,
Yes.
I had to say yes to everything.
Yes.
And the beautiful thing about my appointment with her as my endocrinologist was that she actually took 1 hour to discuss everything.
Oh, she took her time,
Yes.
is what you're saying.
Yes. Can you believe that? But again, another thing too, not covered by health insurance. So
Expensive.
it's very
Or
expensive.
I would say it's a shift of mindset,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Having to pay out of pocket versus when you're just always used to getting it covered.
Yeah.
It's clearly going to be more expensive when you're paying out of pocket, but was it worth it?
1,000%. 1,000%. Because then once I got on bioidenticals, I got on creams. And so that really helped me out a lot. Like
What did it do?
I felt like a new face on life. Like really, I started feeling like me again. Like me again. Like active,
Ooh. Your energy was back.
My energy was back. I was much more sharp. I was like just finally getting back to my groove because I thought, is this the end for me?
And then I die.
And then that's it.
Yeah. Did your mom talk to you about her menopause journey?
She never talked to me about it. So I had no idea until when the shit was hitting the fan.
Yeah.
I mean, practically. Then she's like, oh, yeah, I actually started menopause like when she was 39. And I'm like, that would have been nice to know. That would have been nice to know. Yeah, she had a full-on hysterectomy young. I remember because I was still like, I think I was a teenager.
Okay.
Mind you, my mom was only 17 years older than me.
Okay.
So I remember that we went to visit her in the hospital, and I knew that it was a hysterectomy. I just didn't know
What it was.
Why? Right?
Yeah.
And I didn't make the correlation that she was very young.
Yeah. Ooh, that's really young. 39 is young. So it
39
makes absolute sense at 42.
That I was like,
Yeah.
Oh.
It's actually incredible that you were able to have your daughter at 38.
I know, right? Isn't that crazy?
That's amazing.
And I had a cyst and a fibroid.
Okay.
So that's even more amazing. But, God wanted me to have
Amen.
her.
Of course.
Yes.
I ask if your mom knew because my mom es ese tipo de que de eso no se habla.
Yeah.
De eso no se habla. She's a wonderful woman, and my mom is, but unless you're like really probing specific questions, you don't talk about that.
Right.
You don't talk about menstruation, and you don't talk like you're a woman. Mm-hmm. That's for you and you alone. So
a very private matter.
It's a very private matter. I don't know if that's a cultural thing.
I think it is.
I think right.
Yeah.
So
it's not like the gringos. They yeah.
They're
like, I mean, there was
they share.
Situation. There was a situation.
They share.
I was in a yoga class, and I mean, one of my yoga instructors didn't put a pad or whatever, and she bled, and she was and I was like,
no,
I would be fucking embarrassed out of my mind.
No,
but that's culture.
That's culture.
She's gringa, so I'm like,
yeah. See, so it was passed down to us too, because like, no, you don't do. Girl,
no,
I could see your string.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah.
Like, go put that away.
Yeah. Like,
go put that away.
It's a no-no.
Yeah.
Which is sad.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a beautiful thing.
I think there's a balance, right? I think there is something about, I do believe that, for some things are for you alone.
Yeah.
And you should have a certain poise and posture. I definitely believe in the respect factor.
Right.
Como mujer, como hombre as well.
Yeah.
Men should respect themselves and women should respect themselves. But, my mom wasn't like a total open book on it. And I just began my perimenopause journey last year. And it's really interesting when you don't know what's going on. Like, why am I so tired all the time? I'm losing my hair. I want to kill everybody in front of me. Like I was just completely upside down.
Yeah.
And
this is, and this because you know yourself.
I know myself.
A lot of women don't know themselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't pay attention.
They don't.
Yeah. And that's a pretty fucked up place to be in.
Yeah. It's a terrible way to live.
Yeah.
When you don't know yourself, when you're just going with the current, like, I'm gonna. No, I think we both subscribe to I choose life. Life doesn't choose me.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
So I've been on this journey of how do I support my body in this new season and in this new chapter.
Right.
Because the difficult thing about perimenopause and menopause is that it's not a 1 month, 3 month event. Right. It's like it can go on for years. And so I started to show all the signs of perimenopause and started beginning, like just exploring, listening to podcasts, getting new resources and community and talking to my doctor. And if this doctor isn't it, I'm going to go find another doctor, getting used to paying out of pocket.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Like that. I honestly learned that through this experience of perimenopause because like you, I was introduced to hormones and I had to go do the deep dive of the stigma was, if I do this, I'll get cancer.
Yeah.
Well, first, when I started to ask women in my sphere, like my mom and like my sister and like, are you on hormones? They're like, no. If my mom could suffer, I could suffer. You know what I mean? There's this like, I don't know if there's this identity with it. Like my mom did it this way. That's how I'm going to do it. Yeah. And respect, but I don't want to suffer if I don't need to suffer.
No, why should we?
I don't want to suffer if I don't need to suffer.
I'm all about making my life easier, not harder.
Yeah.
That's my whole vibe. I'm like, life doesn't have to be hard.
Yeah.
Work should not be. I always say, it shouldn't hurt to go to work.
Yeah. Right. You should enjoy it.
You should enjoy it.
It doesn't mean it's not hard.
No,
it doesn't mean work is not hard.
You're not going to do the work. Yeah. But it's enjoyable.
Yeah. Right. So I started to explore what are hormones, and I got on testosterone last year. And this year I'm on a whole revamp.
Yeah.
I've seen not my dermatologist. I saw her yesterday, but my OBG, and I've been on this, like, she's seen more of me than I wish for more amount of time than anyone has seen. But I'm on a mission to find the ways that my body needs to be supported through hormones or whatever it is.
Optimal life, optimal living.
Yeah.
I hear about all this biohacking and I'm like, okay, is that the next level?
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's true. I mean, I see you doing things like cold plunge.
Yes.
Which is extraordinary.
Yes.
It's so helpful for our vitality.
Yes. There's things that I'm doing now that is definitely a long game approach.
Yeah.
Cold plunges. I do sauna now. I do that once a week. I take creatine because it's really important to build muscle. And the older we get, the harder it is to build muscle. Yeah. So for my ladies out there, put creatine.
Strength training.
And protein.
Those
are the, if I could break it down into points, it's strength training. It's eating a lot of protein. I do protein shakes, which I didn't do before because I wasn't trying to look muscular, but I've learned.
And then that's another thing, another false narrative.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, it is. Listen, at this point in your, if you're perimenopausal or menopausal, the chances of you being a CrossFit athlete and looking like a buff chick,
like Arnold Schwarzenegger,
it's not going to go down like that. Especially if you're a woman doing all the things, being a mom, being a working and being a wife, all of those things. But I had to get over that stigma. So, I do more protein. And the point I'm trying to make is that all of these things are adding certain parts so that I live an overall healthy life.
Yes.
It's not like an Advil, right? Like I took an Advil and I no longer feel the headache.
Right.
This is the long game.
Yes.
This is the long game.
Yes.
I need to support my body now so that when I'm in my 60s, I'm healthy. I'm not falling and breaking my hip and stuff like that. There's we got to change our lifestyle at this age so that we're thinking about now and we're thinking about 15 years from now.
Yes, it's kind of like even like friendship. It's like I don't have fucking time to waste it. I want legit friendships. I want legit love. Same thing with my body. I want my body to be loved and cared for. And yes, I still have body dysmorphia because I still have history and trauma of being fat. Ugh. Okay, that could be another episode.
On the next one. And on the next
episode. No. but yeah, I don't have time for, to not pay attention to my body.
Yeah.
I am a lot more in tune, and I know I'm like, oh, I think I need more protein today. I need more rest today.
Oh, that's pause.
Yeah.
Pause on rest because it is very difficult to pause and admit that you, as a woman, I'm going to say, I'm not going to speak to you. I have to give myself permission to pause and to rest.
Yeah.
And I have to give myself permission to admit that it's not weak, that I need to stay in bed a little bit longer.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is just my body doing what it's doing.
What it needs to do to replenish, refuel.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I was at a femme event, which was really magnificent and wonderful. But I was like so tired. And I'm like, okay, ladies, I'm going to go take a nap.
Ooh.
And I never, ever do that. But I said, you know what? I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm about to fall asleep here in this conference.
Yeah.
Not that it was bad or that it was like they were boring at all.
It was your body.
It was just my body telling me, you know what, Jackie? Yeah, you can go check out.
Yeah.
And it's okay.
You know what that is, Jackie? That is knowing yourself. And might I even say it's leadership.
Yeah.
It's leadership because you knew that you weren't in the right space. Your body wasn't reacting the way that you wanted it to, and you needed to take a pause.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to make the decision on what's best for me right now so that I can be better.
Yes.
Later on.
And so because I took the pause, because I went and took a nap, I then came back with more energy and more willingness to engage with people. And I was able to like talk with beautiful, amazing persons and continue with the synchronicity of that event and make the contacts that I needed to make. I also went and took a long walk through the Terranea Resort.
Oh, and Terranea, hello.
How important it is to just go for a walk in nature.
Yeah.
And that, I was like, that is the reason why I'm here. Because my body said, take that pause and go for that walk. Because guess what? This is a gift in itself. God gave us the ocean. I had nothing to do with it. Go appreciate it. It was like, okay. Yeah. It gave me all the vitamin D, the sun. I saw the sun set, come down.
Yeah.
And I thought, damn.
Yeah.
God, I'm so lucky.
Yeah.
I'm so lucky.
Yeah. And you probably wouldn't have enjoyed that moment if you had stuck it out, grind it out, right? There's this fixation or like people applaud like no rest days.
Hard work.
No rest.
No game.
Grind it out. I'm so busy. And we like culturally we applaud that. But the truth of the matter is, like when you turn off the gram, you need rest.
Yeah. And here's the thing. This is part of my whole like vernacular and mindset is that let's change the words. Work hard. What, to depletion?
Yeah.
Like how good is that?
So what would you change it to?
No, let's just Live with ease and flow.
Ooh.
In every degree and everything we do.
Yeah. How do you live with ease and flow? How do you put working in ease and accomplishing your goals in this? Because the narrative is, if you want to hit your goals, you got to grind. You got to burn all the ships. You got to be out there pounding pavement, knocking on doors, high energy all the time. Yeah. How do you reconcile an ease and flow with high level goal achieving?
Well, we were at the event with Brandon Burchard.
Yes, we were.
Right? Mm-hmm. And so, I mean, I already knew, but it was a good refresher to plan it out. Instead of like just waking up, oh, what am I going to do today? Okay, no, plan out your week.
Yeah.
Plan out. Maybe on Sunday, plan it out. Yeah. So it doesn't feel so overwhelming.
Yeah.
You know, what's important? Okay, gratitude. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's journaling. Mm-hmm. Okay, plan that out at the top of the morning. All right. So if that means I got to wake up a little earlier, instead of 6 a.m, I wake up at 5:30 in the morning so I can meditate, pray, and journal.
Yeah.
Before my family gets up.
Yep.
And then become mom at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
And then start getting the show running.
Yeah. Is that one of your to-dos? Is that one of the things that you do? You get up and in gratitude? Are you journaling? Are you?
I pray and obviously meditate. Because for me, it's like the same. I don't separate it. I feel like I'm at ease and peace, and I'm just really consciously aware of spirit and God, and I'm like, you lead the way, let me know where I go. Yeah. And if it's not for me, take it away.
Yeah.
I'm here to follow you and serve you.
Yeah.
And so, the prayer doesn't have to be huge or long. It could be 5 minutes, it could be 10 minutes, it could be 30 minutes. It could be
60 seconds.
Whatever it is. But have that moment and do it.
Yeah.
And that's all part of the whole, like, being of a certain age.
Yeah.
You know, because I know that it's so important for me.
Yeah.
That's a pause for myself as well. It's a gift. It's a gift for me to praise God as soon as I wake up, and because I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis early on in my career, and at some point I wasn't able to walk. So I give gratitude to my legs. Like, I can move. I can walk. I did that hike.
Yeah. You know what it's like not to have.
Exactly.
I know what it's like not to have.
Yeah. So, if we bring it back to the whole menopause, I know what it's like to be active and fun and have a bright mind and have clarity. And so when the menopause happens, you don't have all those things.
No.
So you need support.
Yeah.
You call on to your ancestors, your guides, God, whoever that is for you. And then that will bring you wisdom and allow you to expand and be open to listening to professionals.
Yes.
That this is not all on you.
It's not.
It's not.
Medicine has advanced so much, and there's so many resources.
Right.
And as a community, I think as Latinas, we touched on maybe culturally there is something there where our parents aren't the big sharers, like, oh, use this, do that, go here, here's the resource. We're a lot of us being, first generation, we're first to figure it out.
Yeah.
This side of it.
Right.
Our parents made the ultimate sacrifice of leaving their countries and giving us this opportunity to be here.
Right.
But we're going to have to be the first to figure it out so that we can then pass that down to our daughters and our nieces. But yeah, having those tools, having the community, having this conversation, like we're going to be on a podcast and we're going to talk about menopause and what that experience has been like and what it is. And look, menopause is totally different than what I thought it was.
Yeah.
It's completely, I thought it was just going to be all hot flashes and actually it's not. It's this huge buildup.
Yeah.
It's this huge buildup.
The rashes.
Oh yeah.
The rashes, the skin changes.
Yes.
It's so many things.
Yeah.
So many things that have their own name, like psoriasis. or hives. Yes, they have their own names, but guess what? It's probably the fucking menopause that caused this shit.
It's hormones are powerful. Hormones are very powerful.
And the hormones are the gift that gave you the life.
Yes.
right?
Yeah. And helped you give life.
And help you give
And
life.
helped you give life. You know, one of the things I wanted to mention as you talked about like ease and flow and how you reconcile, the question I gave you about reconciling operating from a place of ease and flow, but still being having your goals be achieved. Something that I've learned from Burchard was striving satisfied. And that's something that's I'm really trying to go to bed with lately.
Yeah.
Like it's okay to strive and it's okay to be satisfied.
Yeah.
Just because I'm not where I expect myself to be in certain parts of my life doesn't mean that there's something wrong with me.
No.
It just means that I'm striving.
Yeah. You know, it's really, it's like a baby first learns to crawl and then it learns to walk.
Yeah.
And then it learns to run. And that's just life. And it's in work. It's in everything that we do. And I think we're so hard on ourselves because we were given this false narrative that we got to work hard, play hard in order to gain success. And it's a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah.
I call bullshit on that.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No.
No.
Because it's not.
It's not.
Point me out to somebody, like seriously, let's put somebody in one of these seats who lives that life and is at 100% content. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but very few of us. Like real talk.
Really, like real talk? No.
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 No, you have to rest. You have to have those days where you don't get out of your pajamas.
Yeah.
And it's okay. And Jackie, I've had to learn that.
Yes.
I've had to learn that because I've been so like, échale
On the
ganas,
go.
échale ganas, échale ganas, échale ganas, anda. And now what perimenopause does is cállate, cabrona.
Yeah.
Cállate.
Yeah.
You have to, even if you don't want to, I'm going to make you.
Yes.
And it was an absolute surrendering of my physical self.
Your body will tell you what it needs, what you need, right? I mean, it's like there's a book that says the body keeps a score.
Oh.
And it's so true.
Yeah.
It's so true.
Yeah.
And we don't pay attention. That's the thing.
We don't pay attention.
We don't pay attention. We think, oh, this headache, oh.
Yeah.
We just let it go by the wayside.
Go by the wayside.
Oh, this bloat. Oh, it's just I ate a lot.
Yeah.
But then this bloat is there every day.
Yeah. I'm constipated. Because that's another part of this whole damn part. But come on, dog. Why? This is like as natural as things should be.
Like,
why is this so hard?
I drink a lot of water.
Mira, aquí lo tengo también.
Yeah.
No, it's true. Listening to your body is a skill.
Yeah.
Like if you can open that up, if you can wake yourself up to listening to your body and then finding ways of honoring that.
Right.
I used to be a big runner. I was a competitive runner since I was 9 years old, and I went all the way to my first year in college, and running was my thing. And I had to hang that up last year because the running, it was the fatigue that came after my runs wasn't even worth it anymore. It was so hard on the body. And then as I started to learn about ways that my body should be supportive, like running's probably the worst thing that I could be doing because the way it's breaking down my muscle. I need to be lifting weights.
You need to lift weights.
You need to lift weights.
Yeah.
And so now
I have a personal trainer.
Échale.
Yes. Twice a week. Echándole ganas con fucking 30 pounders.
Ooh, you said 30 pounds. Is that like 30 and 30?
Yeah.
So is that 60 pounds 30?
No,
okay. So 15. Okay, we got 30 pounds. Right.
But you know,
okay.
I'm trying. I'm trying.
You know what I do is
30 the back thing. ¿Cómo se llama? What are they called?
¿Cuál?
The one where you have your hands.
The kettlebells?
But the back side, you're doing the triceps and you have this big
dumbbells.
Dumbbell. Yeah.
Oh. Terminology.
Yes, girl.
Terminology.
You know how it goes,
I also got a way
to.
So Jackie, just for the people that are listening, and so like they can have something tangible.
Yeah.
Like share the things that you are using and that you're doing in your menopause state that are supporting your body, and I'll share.
Yeah. Oh my God, for sure. So, obviously, bioidenticals are my jam. Mm-hmm. Another thing too that we got to address, which has to do with the whole menopause. While like I said before, I had an ablation, so that means no period. I was getting spotting, and I'm like, what the fuck? So, pay attention. So obviously, immediately I go see a professional
Yeah.
because I'm not going
That
to let
wasn't
that
supposed
fly.
to happen.
Yeah, it's not supposed to happen. And so, because I had an ablation, this is not supposed to happen.
Yeah.
So I went to Tia. Then after that, I was referred to a doctor, and she's like, "Okay, we're gonna order an MRI because it might be that you have a fibroid." I'm like, oh,
Of course.
well, of course, that's another thing.
Prima no se
No,
quiere
no,
ir. Prima.
¿Cómo
Chicle.
caga? ¿Cómo caga?
Chicle.
Shit. So again, just because you have the menopause doesn't mean all the other things don't stop happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
All right.
So making sure that I have those appointments and set. In terms of, I'm not good with food. Damn, I'm so bad.
Yeah. I love
'Cause,
donuts, girl.
Girl, I'm Mexicana. I love margaritas.
Ooh. Spicy ones.
Spicy.
Spicy ones, girl.
Spicy
That's
margarita.
my jam right there.
Chips and salsa.
Mm-hmm.
The other day, they're like, "Oh, how many tortillas are you eating?" I'm like, "I'm having chips." Well, it comes from a tortilla. Oh yeah, you're right. Shit.
This is about 2 tortillas. These are about 2 tortillas.
More like
hey,
10.
Listen, corn is healthier than flour. These are corn chips.
Corn chips.
These are the Lord's chips.
The Lord's chips.
So
I obviously I gotta augment my protein level. See, I'll be honest, truth teller, I'm not as good with the food. And the drinking kind of thing.
Yeah, the alcohol. The alcohol is like, have you listened to Dr. Amon's podcast? So Dr. Amon's this neurological, I just found him by way of another podcast talking about resources, and he talks about what alcohol does to the brain, and it's terrifying.
Yeah, I know.
It's terrifying, but I like spice. Don't get me around a spicy margarita.
I know.
Don't get me a
girl. I'm fucking Mexican. Come
I
on.
understand. and I went to UCSB. It's almost like in my blood at this point. I don't understand.
Yeah.
But yeah, alcohol is really tough on our bodies, especially at this age.
After this age. Yeah. I don't get it twisted. I don't drink as much as I used to.
Yeah.
Because, like, for instance, like, what is it? I was at the FEM conference, and we drank on Wednesday, and I had several, and I was okay. Like, it wasn't like terribly bad, but I knew that yesterday, no more drinking. Like, I can't. I have to stop.
Yeah.
Otherwise, hangovers for days to come.
Yeah,
and
for a
I'm
week.
Like, yeah, and
for
I'm like, no, ya ni madres, I can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm consciously aware.
Yeah.
So
that's good.
That I'm consciously aware of my alcohol intake, and I have this other friend that, well, I don't know if she's a friend anymore, but anyhow,
we can talk about
very
that on the next one.
judgmental, very and she's like, oh, we don't drink and da da da. I'm like, no mames, I think you need a drink.
This one's on me. I got this round. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think just being honest about what you're sharing, like, you're bringing to surface something that when you're in this period of your life of menopause, perimenopause, it's truth. Like, alcohol does damage to our life. Yeah. And I'm right there with you, girl. Don't put me in front of a spicy margarita. Don't put me in front of a Moscow Mule. Like,
or a Sauvignon Blanc from New Zealand.
Oh, okay, Sauvignon Blanc. I'm not at that level.
I got married in wine country, so hello.
Por supuesto. The things I do to, like, support me, and I'm at the beginning stages again.
And strength training, of course.
So strength training. Have you always been in, like, a gym rat? Like, were you big?
Girl, no.
Tell me.
No. I've been a member of many gyms. Tell me how many times I go.
So exercise doesn't come naturally to you, which is what for most people.
Right. So, but before COVID, I was an avid spinner. Like, I love cycling.
Like Soul Cycle type stuff.
Like, I was that gal.
Yes, girl.
At Soul Cycle, like 5 times a week. Yes. Because I fucking love that shit.
Yeah.
But, you know,
because it's also like a spiritual experience.
I'm
Ooh.
like, I'm in church.
Yeah.
Yes. Totally getting involved. And
Yeah.
like, I love it. So, I mean, things have changed in that company. So not so much now.
Yeah.
But, you know, and I love that they did the weights too.
Yeah.
While you're spinning.
Yeah.
So that was my go-to.
Yeah.
And I did Teddy Mellencamp's thing.
yeah.
And I lost a lot of weight.
Yeah.
So I was looking good. I was a size 4.
Ooh,
I don't know
Mia.
whenever I'm double that now, but to get back to that, ni madres.
I can't do soups all the time anymore.
So I try to at least 3 times a week.
You're doing strength training,
Yeah,
which is important.
that's the most important thing,
important.
and walks, but not as aggressive as before.
Have you seen anything that's flipped the switch for you, like immediately? Like, I did this and boom, I felt immediately better.
I was like, oh, you mean that drug that what is it called?
Oh, the Ozempic?
Ozempic?
Oh yeah.
Manjaro.
Listen, I'm not above it, girl.
Yeah,
Listen
no.
to me. When the time comes.
Yeah, no, I did Manjaro for a while, but I also think that it might have affected me.
Oh.
Yeah, because I have hives, and now I'm trying to get rid of.
And
this.
it wasn't before you had. Okay.
So, note to self. Maybe.
But
it's
you
not
also listen. No judgment on you trying something, but going back to your body.
Yeah.
You know your body, and you know to listen to it instead of like, I'm committed to seeing this through.
Yeah, no. Sometimes it's like, it's not about giving up. It's just like reframing the conversation you have with yourself about your body.
Can you just break down what hormones you've tried and that have helped, just for the listeners, so they know what to ask for?
Yeah. So the bioidenticals is estrogen or estradiol.
Okay.
And then testosterone.
Okay.
And
progesterone
in pill form.
Okay.
And
the other two are in lotions, are like in cream form?
They're cream form, but I've been doing a pellet, so it's been fantastic.
Okay.
I just realized that women put 17 products on a daily basis. And I'm like,
God, I think you're
adding
right.
more.
I think you're right.
So with the pellet, it deducted 2 products.
The other way.
So definitely all those things. And then I've been getting vitamin D shots.
Okay.
B12 shots.
All right.
Yeah. And then I'm taking this like energy, just to help me with the weight problem.
Yeah.
Again, that's just me. I'm not, thinking that it'll be for you, but it's important to have your vitamins also.
Yes. So you're on a series of vitamins. You're on a series of hormones. You do, you lift weights.
Yes.
You're training multiple times a week, and that's been supporting you on your menopause.
Yeah.
That's great. I think that's awesome.
And I go to sleep early.
Sleep is okay. So those are 2 things that you can't really. You're not. Sleep is
8 hours.
Yes.
Now I can sleep 8 hours versus before I was waking up like a baby every 2 hours.
Were you?
Every 3 hours. It was girl was fucked up, but now I'm good.
Damn.
Yeah, those were really bad times. Really bad times.
Sleep and alcohol are those things. We gotta get rid of as much alcohol as we can, and we have to sleep, because not having sleep is a deadly killer. It's a silent killer.
It's a silent killer.
To both of our systems, like our brain and our gut.
Yeah. Oh,
our brain and our gut.
1,000%.
I would. All of those things are. I seriously am taking mental notes on what I don't have that I need to put in my wheelhouse. But I would add a protein shake, a really clean protein, super clein. There's lots of things on
in it.
Yes, collagen's important. Creatine is also. I keep hearing. I've added these things to my diet. I'm going to tell you, like, I haven't seen a big difference, but this is a long game.
Yeah.
And that's something that I've had to rewire as well. Like, this isn't a turning on the light thing.
No.
You're doing it for the
longevity.
For longevity.
Yeah, I'm 51. So guess what? Yeah, I want to live another 50 years.
Yeah.
Plus.
I mean, we could.
We
I mean, honestly.
If we really take care of ourselves, why not?
Why not? And we are.
Yeah.
And we are taking care of ourselves. So
2.0.
2.0. And I asked you about this like last year. I'm like, can we talk about menopause, please? I think it was like May. And you're like, yes, girl, sit down. We're going to talk about this. Yeah. And from there, I really started going down the dive of like, okay, is it testosterone that I need? So you really helped me cross that bridge. And I'm still on this. So right now I'm in this new assessment. Okay, I've been on testosterone, and I was on estrogen. I had a patch. So they give them in pellet form, and they give them on a patch. That you just this little itty bitty like round band-aid it looks like, and you stick it onto your hip. And I've paused all of that for right now so that I can just see, you know, where I'm at.
Yeah.
And what's the game plan for. Yeah. I think that's also something to hit on is take a reassessment of your body every year.
Every year, yeah. So and like for me, it was this whole like that I was spotting. I'm like, whoa, that's not supposed to be part of it.
Yeah.
So
get a biopsy if you need it, which I don't recommend because they're
painful,
awful,
really awful.
But get a yearly assessment in your women's wellness checks to see what you need.
Yeah, exactly. So. Full circle moment here.
Full circle moment. Yeah. Jackie, this is the first setting that you've had in person on your podcast. Can you tell me how you feel?
Amazing. I love it. I love the energy because we're actually having yes, I have a conversation on Zoom and all the things, but like this is like more potent, powerful.
It is.
I love the energy. Thank you so much, Marisela.
Of course. This is where you need to be. You need to be on this couch, Latina time. Version Oprah, having these conversations. This feels really natural.
Magical.
This feels really, and it's really impressive. Like we were, so there's a, Mateo's in the room too. He's our tech. He's our producer, our tech guy. And he's sitting here listening to us talking about bleeding. But like we're really just having a conversation, like dos mujeres, dos amigas,
dos caminos.
with microphones in front of us. Like you forget that honestly, like I just got so into the energy that you were giving that it's easily to drown out all the lights and the microphone. I love this for you. I'd be interesting to see what the data.
The data. Coming back to the data.
The data says.
The analytics.
Man, this has powerful. All the potential to be very, very powerful.
Oh, absolutely. So this is Marisela Arechiga.
And this is Jackie Tapia.
On Amiga Handle Your Shit podcast. Amigas, see you next time.
Ciao.
Ciao.